Stop the hammering. Stop the hammering out there. Who's got a hammer? Where is it? Where's the hammer? Is it on the... Go up on the other floor. Somebody go up there and stop the hammering. Stop the hammering.
Sorry, Larry. That was me. See you when I get home. He went on the attack over a quarterback. Friday night, Donald Trump's in Alabama to support a guy named Luther Strange. Great name, but I kind of expect him to live under the sea in a cave made of skulls, Luther Strange. But one thing we learned about Luther, he's not small.
Big Luther Strange. So, Luther, that's why I call him Big Luther. Everyone's now calling him Big Luther. I said, that is the tallest human being I've ever seen. A guy's 7 feet tall. What are you going to do? Call him? I can never call him Little Luther, right? Big Luther. We call him now Big Luther. Did people call you Big Luther before you met Trump?
I don't know, but I think Donald likes big guys. But it was more than just his height. Trump likes Strange because he didn't have to meet his family.
Do I have to have dinner with your family? Do I have to have dinner with you and your wife? No, sir, you don't have to have anything. Mr. President, you have my total support.
I kind of like that honesty. He even tells you how to get a bill passed.
You know, they like to say, well, Mr. Trump, President Trump, sat in the Oval Office and didn't. I'm on the phone screaming at people all day long for weeks.
Yeah, you don't normally hear that from politicians. Trump's kind of like the plumber who tells you why the toilet keeps clogging. You want transparency? He told them all right then and there that he didn't even want to be there.
The last thing I want to do is be involved in a primary, okay? I could be sitting home right now getting to watch some of the games tomorrow, getting ready, right?
Yes, the games. The games. Then came the part where every liberal loses their
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a bitch off the field right now, out, he's fired. He's fired!
That's a historical first. And like clockwork, it triggered the predictables.
Calling out NFL players, and now today calling out Steph Curry, one of the most popular athletes on the planet.
Yeah, who I'm sure is just devastated that he doesn't get to hang out with Donald Trump.
All right, enough. If ESPN sportscasters can talk politics, why can't a president talk sports? And before you accuse Trump of politicizing sports, it wasn't Trump who introduced an attention-seeking protest into the NFL or wore socks with pigs dressed like cops on them. Who politicized the game? It wasn't Trump. Try the media and their obsession with identity politics, who elevated a dim quarterback into their millionaire martyr. If anything, Trump's the least political creature on earth. Unlike the sports hacks and callow media, Trump doesn't read anyone's minds. He responds to actions. But he does hate those penalties.
Because, you know, today if you hit too hard, right? They hit too hard, 15 yards, throw him out of the game. Boom, 15 yards. The referee gets on television. His wife is sitting at home. She's so proud of him. They're ruining the game.
So there it is. Your 71-year-old dad is president. At any moment, he could start complaining about the Frisbee that landed in his yard. Speaking of critics, he couldn't leave out CNN, one of the classics in his album of greatest hits.
Like CNN has a red light on, and then I start saying it's fake news, and you see that light go off so fast. If there's an empty seat, they'll show that empty seat. Two people, they got up, they went to the bathroom.
That's his free bird. In North Korea, that's his stairway to heaven. Sorry, Rocket Man.
By the way, Rocket Man should have been handled a long time ago. Little Rocket Man. Maybe something gets worked out, and maybe it doesn't. But I can tell you one thing, you are protected.
So after decades... Wow, crowd. After decades of North Korea talking trash to us, Trump returns fire and fury. And it's working. China's getting it. So is the UN. Who knew you could be scary and reasonable? Not some in the media who actually take North Korea's side, the side of a murderous madman with sex slaves in prison camps. Meanwhile, Trump's message to the world is simple.
As President of the United States, I will always put America first. Just like you, as the leaders of your countries, will always and should always put your countries first.
It's a pendulum swing from the academic to the acerbic. Obama's teacher's lounge now erased by the blunt language of the construction site. And it's not about I, it's about we. So congrats, America. Trump gives us two for the price of one. A president and a performer, a Republican and a Rickles. So come on, media, be honest. You love this. There's nothing like this. Your ratings are up, and after 8 years of sucking up, you're actually working for a living. Boo-hoo. The more hand-wringing you do, the sillier you look. Obama and Trump share similar thoughts on North Korea, but Obama said it like a politician.
We could obviously destroy North Korea with our arsenals, but aside from the humanitarian costs of that, they are right next door to our vital ally, Republic of Korea.
True, but Trump says it like us.
Rocket Man is on a suicide mission for himself.
See, if this were named that tune, Donald will always win. Obama's a librarian, Trump's a barbarian, and it's working. Previous presidents engaged in strategic patience. Trump hits him with tougher sanctions. He put muscle on China, and China bowed. Yes, look who's bowing now. The UN, which loved Obama, didn't do jack. Now they are. Why? Because Trump scares them. They're bowing now. Trump turned the tables on that Benetton cafeteria of incompetent freeloaders and dropped an elbow on Venezuela's head.
We call for the full restoration of democracy and political freedoms in Venezuela. The problem in Venezuela is not that socialism has been poorly implemented, but that socialism has been faithfully implemented.
That's a pretty good line. So, of course, the truth ticks off a lot of people, and it's the people you normally can't stand.
So what's behind this bellicose talk? Is this about feeding his base? Well, it sounds like what he said about African-American neighborhoods during the campaign. Remember, he was just trashing some of the neighborhoods, tough neighborhoods, but what good is it to trash them?
Well, yeah, it's a worldview that I just don't share, Anderson. The worldview that the president articulated is America first.
You know it's good when it pisses off the people who piss you off. The people who can't see any progress through their prism of dislike. It's like they took those eclipse glasses from last month and they repurposed them.
Until recently, you didn't even know eclipse glasses were a thing. But did you know that same technology is available in an incredible new product? They're called sunglasses. Using patented leftist technology, sunglasses filter out all the things you don't want to see, like solid economic growth, soaring stock market, lower unemployment, ditching the Paris Accords, decimating ISIS, fewer illegal border crossings, standing up to North Korea, and of course, no-nonsense Neil Gorsuch.
Ever since I got sunglasses, I've been sad and angry and unable to see the president's accomplishments. Thanks, sunglasses.
And if you act now, we'll throw in a bonus pair of our newest product, Hooray Bands. Hooray Bands eliminate unsightly everyday irritants, so you can be happy for once. Don't want to see a single episode of HBO's Girls? We got you. Sick of those middle school honor student bumper stickers? You know we got you. Got overdue credit card, cell phone, and mortgage payments? You need to take the glasses off and pay that. You got a responsibility, bro. So get your sunglasses and Hooray Bands today.
Let's welcome tonight's guests. What's sharp and funny and long all over? Executive producer of Kevin Can Wait, Rob Long. He's also the author of Big League, Donald Trump in verse. She's so sharp balloons have restraining orders against her. Staff writer at the Federalist, Bree Payton. She thought Rosemary's Baby was a comedy. National Review reporter Kat Timpf. And the pyramids are his golf tees. Former bodyguard and massive sidekick, Tyrus. All right. Rob, we got a lot to cover here. What did you make of his speech on Friday?
The UN speech.
No, the speech. I'm sorry, the rally in Alabama.
The rally in Alabama. Well, this is where he goes when he feels like he might be a little bit in trouble. He had a couple of bad weeks. It's kind of a good thing. He likes that stuff. But the great thing about it is that he really, it's like a show business, like flyby.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here. I could be anywhere. I'm doing this for you. I mean, it's fantastic stuff. But like, I'm not entirely sure it was politically smart. I mean, to get into a midterm like that or a special election is not the smartest thing for a president to do.
The guy's name is Luther Strange.
Dr. Luther Strange. I put the doctor there. He's not a doctor, but I think it's better than Dr. Luther Strange.
It is.
Dr. Strange.
He's from the Marvel comic series, Luther Strange.
Yeah.
He was infected by some kind of radiation. He was what was he? Was he a veterinarian?
He was a vet tech.
He was bitten by a radioactive rabbit.
Right.
Dr. Luther Strange. Right. Bree, you seem like you're scared right now.
Okay, my favorite part of that whole rally was when he was like, oh, I may have made a mistake by endorsing Luther. And then was like, oh, but whatever, I did it anyway. Like, I'm too far, I can't give up now. And I think that this is honestly kind of a feature more than a bug in that we're always privy to his inner monologue all the time, right? And then the members of the media spend hours and hours and days parsing what he really meant when we know exactly what he meant, and he said it.
Tyrus, I feel like when he's talking to me that he's actually in my living room, and that he's like, and he does not change. So when he was talking about Colin Kaepernick, it's like that he was like, that's what he would say, and that's why even if you disagree with him, it's like, well, he could. It's kind of refreshing, right? No.
Here's the thing. Whenever he has a speech in that setting, I'm just expecting, because there's no teleprompter and there's no going, Mr. Trump, no, Mr. Trump, no. It's him on the mic, and it's night at the Improv, and he's just whatever hits him, whatever, he's looking at the crowd. Somebody had a football show. Okay, football. Maybe not. Calm sons bitches. Probably not a good move. And when the issue was the refs get it bad enough.
Yeah.
They don't make the rule changes, bruh. So don't put it on the refs. And the concussion thing is kind of a big deal right now. So give the refs a break. But like he has those things, and I felt bad for Dr. Strange.
Yes.
Because the strange thing was, it wasn't really about him. Like at one point, I wish he would have been, you can go now. Because he was talking to his base about his rough week, and he got his shots on, and he fired at CNN. So now CNN does a split screen when he talks. Like it's his little genre to basically, it's his living room.
Yeah.
It's the things that I would say in my living room without a camera, a wire, and children. So, and he's doing it on the grand stage. So that's probably why a lot of people have issues with it. I don't agree with half the stuff he said, especially about the football stuff. I think America, one of the good things about America is we can disagree, and we can, if you want to protest and it's not hurting anybody else, I'm fine, whatever.
I'm kind of with you, except that they also can fire you if you're doing it on the clock. That's the only thing. But I agree with you. It's like it's not like Colin Kaepernick is beating anybody up. He's not Antifa.
No,
he's not hurting anybody.
And it kind of did happen that way.
He's taking a knee.
They didn't renew his contract.
Yeah, and they didn't renew his contract. So America works. I want to get Kat in here real quick. Kat, the media is kind of mad. Celebrities are kind of mad. Athletes are kind of mad. North Korea's kind of mad. Everybody's kind of mad. It's kind of a win.
Yes, and I also don't believe that they're really mad.
No.
Was the president saying a football player is a son of a B word, a not presidential thing? Of course it was. However, all of your lives are exactly the same now as they were before he said that.
Yeah, it's
so
true.
You're not really mad. You just want to be mad. They're being performatively mad. We all have things in our real lives that are making us way more mad. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you're right. I mean, these are silly issues to get mad about. But remember, the past 2 weeks, he's kind of doubled back on his strong immigration stance. Suddenly now maybe we won't even build a wall. And he signed a really good or really effective deal with Pelosi and Schumer. So he's got to do something, which is to go back down to Alabama and remind his supporters that he's still the same guy. Now, he's the same guy about something that doesn't matter. And when he gets to D.C., he's a little bit more of a deal maker, a little bit more of a moderate, a little bit more, frankly, of a...
That's I got to go. But that point is interesting. And what do you do when you're a liberal and you thought he was Hitler before DACA, and then he keeps DACA? How can you still think he's Hitler? It creates this cognitive Dissonance? Is that the phrase?
Luckily, he helps you.
Yeah.
He makes a speech to the UN. He goes to Alabama.
Exactly.
He's there for you. He's not going to. He doesn't want them to like him.